Dangote just made $75 million in 1 week.
Aliko Dangote, the founder of Dangote Refinery, said on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025, that his company had exported 2 cargoes of jet fuel to Saudi Aramco. However, the company's recent fuel price guidelines indicated that a liter of jet fuel goes for about 60 to 65 US cent dollars. That means Dangote Refinery may have earned on the upwards of 75 million US dollars in the sale of jet fuel to Saudi Aramco, going by the 130 million liters figure reported by the Guardian newspaper.
The purpose of this video is not just to sing Dangote's praises or to talk about how another billionaire has added a couple few cool millions to his ledger, but to teach you how you can do it as well.
As the largest single-train refinery in the world, its influence extends far beyond oil production, touching every facet of life and business in the region. For real estate, this means a transformation that could rival some of the world's most dynamic urban expansion. First and foremost, the sheer scale of the refinery brings with it an influx of workers, engineers, technicians, administrators, and countless others who will directly or indirectly support its operation. The growing workforce creates an immediate demand for residential properties. Developers are already stepping in to build estates that cater to the demographic, ranging from affordable housing for entry-level workers to more luxurious accommodations for senior staff and expatriates. The refinery's workforce also spurs demand for rental property, making it Ibeju Lekki an attractive market for landlords and investors looking for steady returns. Some of these developers are already tapping into the benefit of the Dangote refinery along the Dangote refinery/free zone stretch of the expressway. Is developers like Morgan, under the subsidiary of Property Mart that have the meadows just along the Ibeju Lekki expressway. Amen Estate also is another beneficiary that has the Amen Estate littered and scattered around that stretch of road, namely the Amen Estate Phase 3. They also have MKH. They have the wealthy city that's already there, positioning for commercial and residential benefits of the refinery. The refinery's impact doesn't just stop at housing though. Its location within the Lekki Free Trade Zone positions it as the epicenter of industrial and commercial activity in the area. Businesses that rely on oil products or associated industries are likely to set up operations nearby, driving up the need for industrial space, warehousing, logistic hubs. This has created a boom in commercial real estate, with developers racing to provide state-of-the-art facilities to accommodate these businesses. Case in point, in the 2 combined Lekki free zones, there are over 300 companies that already have land and investment positioning for the explosion that is Ibeju Lekki. The ripple effect of the refinery are also being felt in the hospitality sector, as professionals, contractors, business delegates flock to the area. The demand for hotels, serviced apartments, and short-term rentals has surged. Investors are seizing the opportunity to develop boutique hotels and hospitality ventures that cater to the transient but steady stream of visitors. And the coincidence is also not lost on me that it is actually a coastal area. So you have tons of holiday beach-type resorts, like Jara Beach Resort, like Campine Tropicana, Honey Beach Resort, among others littered around and scattered around that area where the refinery is situated. Moreover, the infrastructure upgrades spurred by the refinery's development are transforming the area's accessibility and appeal. The ongoing expansion of the Lekki Expressway and the construction of new access roads like the Coastal Road and the Regional Road are making travel to and from Ibeju Lekki more convenient than ever. Also, the Green Line Rail will run from Marina to the refinery/free zone access, which just even makes infrastructure and demand and the value go up even more. Improved utilities such as power, water, and telecommunications are further enhancing the livability of the area, making it an attractive option, not just for individual and industrial purposes, but also for families and individuals seeking a more modern lifestyle. The rise of mixed-use development is another trend emerging from the refinery's influence. Developers are integrating residential, commercial, and leisure facilities within single projects to create self-sustaining communities. So you see the likes of Itunu City, see the likes of Macarius, you also see the likes of the wealthy place that I spoke about, see the likes of the Meadows. All of these developments, they have places for both commercial and residential, which is just blowing up the area. These developments cater to the needs of the growing population, while also capitalizing on the area's increasing desirability as a live, work, play destination. What's really intriguing though is all of these developments that we currently see are a far cry from what we could see before the refinery became a thing. All the rise of the Dangote refinery and the wave of the development it triggered, Ibeju Lekki was little more than a quiet expanse of remote land, far removed from the bustling chaos of Lagos. It was a place of untapped potential, often overlooked in favor of many developed areas like the Victoria Island and the Ikoyis of this world. The landscape was dominated by swaths of bushland, scattered villages, and a few fishing communities that depended on the Atlantic Ocean for their livelihood. For many, Ibeju Lekki was simply too remote, too underdeveloped, and too disconnected from the main hubs of Lagos to hold much promise. Infrastructure in the area was almost non-existent. Roads were rudimentary and often impassable during the rainy season, leaving much of the region inaccessible. Utilities like electricity and water supply were scarce, and residents relied heavily on boreholes and generators for their basic needs. The idea of large-scale development seemed like a pipe dream, and the land was considered cheap but unremarkable, a place for agricultural ventures or speculative land banking at best. Despite its proximity to Lagos, Ibeju Lekki lacked the allure and amenities of urban life. It was a quiet, largely forgotten area with minimal commercial activity and little to attract outsiders. Land prices were laughably low, often sold in acres rather than plots, as there was little demand. For most Lagosians, Ibeju Lekki was synonymous with the middle of nowhere. I know some people still find it as the middle of nowhere, but keep sleeping on a bicycle, a place where you might pass on your way to somewhere, Ibadan or Ogun. But beneath this seemingly desolate surface lay something. It lay an immense potential. The region's proximity to the Atlantic Ocean, the expansive landmass, and its location on the Lekki Peninsula. Now looking back, it was actually very ripe for transformation. All that was needed was the right catalyst. And that was before the Lagos state government conscripted that area as both an urban area and the plans for the Lekki Free Zone that will span 16,000 hectares. That catalyst arrived when Dangote refinery project was announced. Suddenly, this so-called wasteland was thrust into the spotlight. Investors began to take notice, and what had once been neglected became one of the most sought-out regions in Lagos. The landscape started to shift as developers, businesses, and speculators flocked to the area, eager to secure a piece of what was quickly becoming prime real estate. Ibeju Lekki's transformation from a forgotten backwater to a thriving hub of economic and real estate activity is nothing short of remarkable. The rise of the refinery and the accompanying infrastructure and development proved that even a place once deemed a wasteland could be reborn as a beacon of opportunity. In case you haven't realized this yet, Ibeju Lekki is like a cake that's still been iced.
So if you want to invest in Ibeju Lekki or position in a free zone, you should be dialing my number now. You should be sending me a message to find out more how you can take advantage of it. Thank you very much for watching. Kindly like, share, subscribe. This is the Ownahome TV show. Here Ownahome, we believe only in property should not make you lose sleep. We're organizing an event in the UK, a real estate event. Check the details below, and I'd like to see you there. See you at the very next video. Bye bye.